Hello everybody, Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat coming to you from Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Indiana University, as today the Hoosiers hosted the Maryland Terrapins in a football game that both teams needed if they were going to go towards a bowl this season. Maryland came in with 5 wins on the season, needing one more since they go play Ohio State and Penn State next. Indiana with 4 wins, and they have games left against Michigan and Purdue, needing this game today, and they come out of here with a win, knocking off Maryland 34-32. On a field goal by Logan Justice with a couple minutes left. Indiana seals that at the end of the game by forcing their 4th turnover of the day. So a huge day defensively for Indiana. They give up a ton of yards to Maryland, over 500 yards, 354 yards rushing, 189 yards passing through the air. But when it comes to the end of the game, Indiana was bigger on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters to Coach Allen, and he's very happy as his team will now move forward with still a shot to gain bowl eligibility with games left against Michigan and Purdue, like I said. A big day for the offense and Peyton Ramsey. They cut it loose. They had some big scores. He averaged 15.4 yards per reception, I think, on the day, which is close to double what he normally is able to get done so far. So the offense opening things up and having some success. Even when a catch wasn't made, a flag was flying. The passing game caused a lot of problems for Maryland today, and Indiana comes out of here with a huge win, which is what matters at the end of the day. Indiana now moves forward. They move a game next week against Michigan at the Big House on the road. A very, very tall task, of course, but this is a lot of confidence they can take from here and move forward, especially when Purdue comes in a week after that for their final home game of the season and the final game of the year, with bowl eligibility most likely riding on the line there. Indiana got it done today, which is what they had to do. This was a must-win game, and they come through in a big way with a win. I talked to Logan Justice earlier in the week, ironically, about big-time kicks at situations, and he said he had done it in high school a few times, but he had not had that opportunity at the collegiate level. And today I asked him that question again, and he said that definitely fills the void as he knocked down a 42-yard field goal with about 2:42 left in the game. And Indiana takes the lead 34-32. They would go on to hold Maryland off and then again force that 4th turnover, like I said. 4 forced turnovers on the day. A big day for the defense, although they gave up a lot of yards. That was by design, according to Coach Allen. They knew that they were going to have to fight a running game. They said they didn't like the matchup, so it's kind of a bend but don't break situation, and they did that. He said he wanted to force them into field goals, and that's exactly what Maryland had at the beginning of the game, and that would come back to haunt them at the end because normally coming into this game, Maryland had been to the red zone 18 times on the season and had scored 18 times. 14 of those had been by touchdown, so they'd only been held to a field goal 4 times in all of their trips to the red zone coming into this game. So Indiana does a great job. It was a great game plan that worked to perfection, gave up a lot of yards, but at the end of the day, there was more points on the Indiana side of the ledger, and that's all that matters. Moving forward, like I said, next week they'll take on the Michigan Wolverines up at the Big House. A tall task, but the Hoosiers have a lot of confidence leaving here. Peyton Ramsey throwing the ball well. A lot of those passes were dead on target. He hit Reese Taylor in stride for a big game. He hit a big touchdown to Nick Westbrook, so it was a good day for the offense as well. Indiana knocks off Maryland Terrapins. They remain active, looking for a bowl. They move to 5-4 on the season, 5-5 on the season rather. As they move forward to finish out the season, we'll see if they can get it done or not. Make sure you stay tuned to Indiana Sports Beat. We'll give you complete coverage. We'll be here for the press conference as well, so keep it tuned. You can find us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you need, Facebook as well, indianasportsbeat.com to get your complete coverage of Indiana. That's going to wrap it up for here from Memorial Stadium. I'm Jim Coyle with Indiana Sports Beat, and I'll see you on the radio.